Hey, I'm back. Guess what that means? Yep, we're doing the Carpet of Blue Death. Hey everybody, ChaosArgate here, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Team. In the last episode, we performed bone surgery on someone with, I think, the disease inside their spine. Yeah, that kinda sounds like it hurts a lot. Now, we're leaving Maine and going to Mexico to investigate the Carpet of Blue Death. And possibly, and hopefully, the source of this disease. This is probably the final forensics mission of the game. Let's begin.
Come on! How much farther?
I don't know. I've never flown a chopper to Mexico.
We're already in Mexican airspace. Now to find Rosalia.
And how do we do that? We don't have a clue where she is.
We have to think. How about showing people her picture?
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many villages there are?
Fine, Agent. Do you happen to have a better plan?
Hey, what's that?
Something flying. Are those butterflies?
Wow, it's like a golden river flowing through the sky.
Danaeus plexipus.
Danaeus? What's that?
Monarch butterflies. This must be their migration route. They can be seen every year in this season. Beautiful.
Monarchs.
Monarchs only stay in America until the end of the summer. At the end of the summer, the monarch butterfly, they head south to find Asclepius to feed the larvae. Look at the picture. Monarch butterflies. Yes, she's in Mexico.
The butterflies! Hey, buddy! Follow those butterflies!
What's with you? We can't just jump around at random.
It's not random. There was a monarch in Rosalia's photo. It's the same time of year, too. We can follow them.
Worth a shot.
Right. Agent, follow the trail of butterflies.
Over there. Someone's over there.
Rose!
So, that's her.
Yeah.
She's turned into Adipocere.
Damn. You've grown so big, I didn't recognize you.
What can we do? We can't get a blood sample from her.
Agent Holden, please take Maria and search the facility.
What are you going to do?
I'll examine her. I might be able to learn something.
Hold on. We can't get a serum, can we? It's impossible like this. Then
what? Are you going to wait for the world to end? Move. You're in my way. I have my own way to hear her voice, just like you.
I'll leave Rose in your hands.
Yes. You're Rosalia. I've been looking for you for a while. I wonder, when did people begin to mourn each other's deaths? It's funny. Everyone has to die someday. I heard your final words. I'll make sure to pass them on with the time I have.
Testing. Dr. Kimishima, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. It looks like I can examine her normally.
You mentioned that in the email. What are you looking for?
If our information is correct, Rosalia was with Albert Saad. But we find Rosalia's corpse here. Isn't that odd?
What's so strange about that?
If Gabe brought Albert's corpse back from Usanwood, then he would have died in Backcoat, over 3,000 kilometers away. What happened to these two must be brought to light.
But will that make our situation any better?
Who knows? Rosalia's corpse has become adipocere. We can't get a serum.
What a mess. This is it then.
No. These two must be related to the infection source. Filling in the gaps in the timeline will reveal the truth. That's what I believe.
All right. I'll follow you to the very end.
Thank you. I'm grateful for that.
Sorry. Dr. Kimishima, can you repeat that? The transmission cut out there for a moment.
Adipocere. It occurs when bacteria do not multiply. It's beautiful. As if she was still alive and with us. What's death, anyway? What does it signify? We cry when we are born. What about when we die? Let's begin. Show me the light that you were robbed of.
Final word, Dr. Kimishima. She only had one word on her deathbed. Anyways, I've heard Rosalia is based off this real-life girl who also, I guess, became adipocere, and she's probably one of the best preserved, I don't know, corpses in history. So as you can see here, we can go from Rosalia to the helicopter to other crime scenes and locations. Do I have any to go to? Oh, the facility in the flower field. Well, first let's check out Rosalia. I think that real life girl's name was Rose or Rosalia or something similar. Anyways, first let's check out her dress. Looks like there's a bullet hole here. That looks like it would be about the back. This is extremely bloody. Looks like she was shot in the chest too. Ah, do I gotta look at the front? Okay, so we gotta check out her legs and her chest. I think I made the joke already with Shelly Brooks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Laceration on her foot.
There's a cut on the bottom of her left foot. There's dirt in the area she was bleeding from. This means that...
Bleeding. Wait. She walked on an injured foot. I was gonna say she was alive when her foot was cut, but...
Yes, she was walking after she was injured. Even more, she was walking in dirt.
That must not have been good for her.
It must have been very difficult for her to walk at all with this wound.
Okay, what else we got? There we go.
This is an indication of having been shot with a gun. The bullet has completely passed through the body.
Oh no, I thought Dr. Sarge just cut out a section of her leg using a scalpel or that high-powered laser.
The entrance GSW is where the bullet enters the body. Conversely, the exit GSW is where the bullet exits the body.
Do you really need to remind yourself of that, Dr. Kimishima? Or are you actually talking to someone who doesn't know that entrance means where you go in and exit is where you go out?
Normally, the exit wound is larger than the entrance wound. Keeping that in mind, which one is this wound? If it's hard to tell, I could always just compare it to the wound on the opposite side.
Hold on. I really should look. Oh, okay, that's the exit. I thought it was. That is large.
Normally, that's right. This one would be the exit GSW.
So this one here would be the... What is that?
Gunshots leave distinctive wounds in the human body. It seems the bullet passed all the way through her body.
We've established this.
The entrance wound is created where the bullet enters the body, and the exit wound is where the bullet... The entrance GSW, with that in mind...
This is the entrance. Why did we have to go examine this one too?
That's right. This is the entrance wound.
Oh, right, hand.
This is severe. Something's gone completely through the right palm. I can see fine black particles around the wound as well. Judging by the general condition of the body, this wound is...
Gun. Oh, we don't have to go look at the entrance and exit GSWs on this?
Yes, this is a gunshot wound. But what could these black particles be?
Looks like dirt. Or maybe she got, like, freckles on her.
Still, someone shot at her hand? Why would that happen?
Hey, let's check out this weird stuff.
Hypostasis is present in the corpse's back.
Same status?
If I send this in for analysis, we might figure out the position she was in when she died.
Here's a
With the
really
entrance
large...
GSW.
Are we doing this again?
Which one? Comparing the two. Yes, this would be the exit GSW.
Let's see...
This, it's a bullet wound.
Not even gonna say anything.
Does that mean Rosalia was shot?
No, she was stabbed.
It looks as if the bullet passed all the way through her body. The entrance GSW converts...
Yeah, we did this already. This is the entrance. She was shot from the front in the chest and shot from behind in the leg. And I can't tell with the hand because we only got one card.
That's right. This one would be the entrance GSW.
Okay, so we're done examining her corpse now. Perhaps you can put your junk away. I hope nobody was actually, you know, with that model of the corpse. 'Cause that's just wrong. Okay.
Little guy, could you analyze this hypostasis?
Yes, of course. Please send your data over to me.
All right, please look at it right away.
Okay, I've got it. Let's see here. Well, the hypostasis matches the position Rosalia's body was in when she was discovered.
On her back.
Hypostasis occurs when the blood flow throughout the body has stopped.
So I'm assuming that's the pool of blood.
The blood settles within the corpse, pooling in the areas closest to the ground. Thus, Rosalia's corpse was...
She didn't bleed to death. What? The corpse was not moved?
Yes. If the corpse had been moved, the hypostasis wouldn't match the position we discovered the body in. That place truly is where Rosalia drew her last breath.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, I have a question.
Hopefully it's something I have an answer for. What is it?
Well, the blue flowers are only growing in that one particular area of the field, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Rosalia was found in the center of this area of blue flowers.
Well, isn't that too much to be coincidence? It just seems so set up.
I see. What you're trying to say is...
They were plants around? No!
How could I do that?
The killer moved her there?
Yes. Doesn't that make more sense?
You may have a point. Hypostasis begins to appear roughly 30 minutes after death.
It's kind of grim. Or no, not grim. What am I saying?
It's possible that her corpse was moved here immediately after she died to create this situation.
If that's the case, why would her killer do such a thing to her?
We're just grasping at straws here. We'll need real evidence and facts in order to solve these mysteries.
Okay, so... First, let's compare the...
The entrance and exit wounds tell us what happens when someone has been shot.
Yeah, the entrance and exit wounds of both leg and torso.
In this case, the victim was shot in the...
This one is the front. She was shot from underground!
Yes. The bullet entered through the chest, creating the entrance GSW. It then passed through her body and out her back, creating the exit GSW. This proves that she had been shot from the front.
Ah, this is so redundant. No little guy's face palming about how redundant this is. You, analyze this. Oh, you can't. Okay. Analyze this.
Little guy, can you analyze these black particles?
Okay. This is gunshot residue.
Gunshot residue.
When a gun is fired, it launches more than the bullet. Particles of gunpowder are blasted out of the barrel by the force of the explosion as well. When those particles land on the target being shot at, it is known as gunshot residue.
This never comes up in Phoenix, right?
I see. So, since it was on Rosalia, that means...
It's just about the rifling marks and ballistic markings. I don't even know what's if there's a difference. You shot close range.
Indeed. It would indicate that she was shot from very close range.
Okay. Exit. Entry.
The back of the thigh is the entrance wound, and the front is the exit. If that's the case, the victim was shot...
From behind.
Yes. The shooter was behind the victim when she was shot. In any case, the wound in the thigh isn't the same size as the wound in the chest. Could this mean that two different firearms were used?
Or
I
distance.
think contacting Little Guy and asking him to look into this would be my best option here.
Okay, little guy. Just gonna analyze it.
Little Guy, analyze this wound.
Okay, why is this voice not the other one?
Understood. This is a penetrating bullet wound from a firearm?
No, I thought it was from a twig.
That's right. Rosalia was shot.
The bullet entered her chest and went through her heart.
I'm being really sarcastic today.
I don't think there was any doubt that this was a fatal wound.
Well, if it went through the heart, no duh, it's gonna be fatal.
I see. The question now is who pulled the trigger?
Especially in fiction, where fatal wounds, wounds that go through the head or heart are immediately fatal. So I think in New Blood, someone got saved from being shot in the heart. Actually, yeah, someone in New Blood did get saved from being shot in the heart by our resident doctors, Vaughn and I can't remember Blaylock. What else can I do? Here.
Hey, Little Guy, I need you to analyze this gunshot wound.
Yes, ma'am. A gunshot wound to the palm exited through the back of the hand. It seems she was raising her hand towards the gun when it was fired.
I will be fortunate and direct the bullet in another direction. I don't like Metal Gear Solid 2, but compared to like 3 or even 1.
Why would she put her hand up like that?
Show off her manicure. She's trying to protect herself. Because she doesn't have Fortune's power of deflecting bullets.
A defensive wound is damage taken while trying to protect oneself from harm.
I still don't understand how she has that power. And don't even tell me it was artificial, because I played through the game and I understand how she has it through most of the story.
She likely put her hands up as an instinctive reaction to having a gun pointed at her.
I read the novel too, and the novel didn't offer an explanation either. And yes, I did read Raymond Benson's novels. They were really kind of cheesy. I think I should go examine the thing now. Let's go check out the flower field. This is really pretty. It's almost like Launch Hill, but with more flowers. I am making references all over the place today. Actually, what do I try and powder? Maybe I shouldn't check this place out. Yeah, never mind. Let's go check out the facility. Okay. So first I want to go look at this.
It's a bullet case. What's it doing in a place like this?
This must be where she was shot.
There's a lot you can learn from a bullet case. I'd better have this analyzed.
Hey.
The glass in the door is shattered. This is a blood stain. Could this be related to the case? I should get this analyzed at once.
Okay, bloody glass shard. He was a professor of virology, so I'm willing to bet that he was researching about viruses.
Is this a bullet case? Not a standard piece of lab equipment.
Most scientists I can think of don't exactly work with guns.
If I have this analyzed, I might learn some more details about it.
As opposed to learning less details from analysis? What did I just find? A broken recorder. I think that's our quest object in Tales of Graces that I kinda need.
Is this a voice recorder? I wonder if there's anything recorded on it. It seems to be broken. I hope the data inside can be retrieved.
Am I done here? I actually can't see what I'm doing because my TV settings are really dark. HD TV calibration settings should not be used when you're playing on like composites video. Maybe they were actually sleeping here. Centrifuge. Considering who Dr. Stark was, I'm not surprised he would have a centrifuge that shows frequent signs of use. Okay. Let's analyze.
Hey, little guy. I want to know more about this bullet casing.
Okay.
Well, what can you tell me?
First of all, it's a case for a 9mm round. Bullets that size are normally used in handguns.
Huh. So it's not something rare that could be a big clue for us.
Unfortunately, that's correct.
Well, he had a gun, which may or not be around here somewhere.
But why was a bullet casing on the floor inside a lab? That question might lead us to some important information.
Okay, so let's go look at this too.
Little guy, can I borrow you for a moment?
Yeah, like you really need to ask.
Of course. Do you need something analyzed?
I found this bullet casing near the entrance to the room.
Alright, let me take a look at it.
How does it look? Can you tell me anything from it?
It's a 9mm round, usually used in handguns all over the world.
Okay, I get it. It's not all that special.
But there were two at the scene, so let's analyze the two.
Pretty much, yes. I'll let you know if I find out anything else about it.
Yes, please do.
Oh.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, I found out something new.
Great. What is it?
Well, the bullet cases that you found under the desk and at the entryway, they both have a characteristic abrasion in the same area on their sides.
A characteristic abrasion?
The rifling marks?
Yes, likely formed when the empty casing is ejected from the chamber after firing.
It was ejected. Are you saying the gun was an automatic?
Well, the evidence suggests the use of a semi-automatic pistol, not a revolver.
So a casing is ejected after every round fired?
Yes, that would be the case.
Come on, Naomi. You used to work for a terrorist organization. You should know this stuff already. Although this is probably more for the player's benefit if they don't already know this and have not played Phoenix Wright.
That would mean that the places where we found those shell casings.
This is where the shot was fired. Oh no. What am I saying?
Concentrate.
I said the right one, but I didn't even look at it where it was.
Yes. It means that the gun was fired near those places.
Okay. So where was this aim? Nope. The chest one. I can't even look at this one because it's being analyzed. Wait. A minute. Okay, bloody chart. Why is there no voice acting? I don't know what else we can get. No. Oh yeah, the broken recorder. Duh.
Hey, little guy. Do you think this can be repaired?
Whoa, this is one old recorder.
I know. I want to see what's in this.
Yikes, this can't be fixed. Not even I could do it.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Hey, wait a second. I can't fix the machine itself, but I might be able to get at whatever data's been saved on it.
That would be great. Can you get on that?
Okay, can you connect the recorder to the computer over on your end?
How old is this thing? If it can be connected to a modern computer.
All right, 1 second.
Whoa, my card.
There. What's next?
You don't have to do anything else. I'm going to try taking a look at the data from here.
You can do that remotely? What an age we live in.
That reminds me, I have yet to install a program that can actually do that on my computer so I can communicate with someone else like that.
Really? It's not that difficult. Don't you know how to use a computer?
Actually, I have installed it, it's that the other person hasn't done it yet.
Zip it. Just hurry up and start looking already.
I'm getting mad. You should be thanking me for this.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm on it.
And?
Huh. Looks like most of the data's been corrupted.
Surprise, surprise.
Wait, this file might still be intact. We can play this one as is.
All right. Transfer it over here.
It's already over here, though.
Right away. You're going to listen to it on your own machine, right? I'll name the file Record01 and send it over to you.
Good. I'll try listening to it. Does the rest of the data look like it can be repaired?
I Can't really say for sure myself. I'll talk to the lab techs about it. If the files can be reconstructed, I'll send the data over to you.
All right, I'll be looking forward to hearing some good news from you.
And if we get bad news,
No pressure, right?
you're getting castrated. Okay. It wasn't even reconstructed. It was fine as is. Okay, I should be picking at this. This is actually supposed to be a good mission. Fantastic, rather. They're all pretty good.
Recording started August 7th. 2 days ago, I verified the sample collected from the biopsy.
Not unusual. What's his name? Neville Rogers? I don't know, the guy from I Am Legend did that too, sorta. He had video, actually.
I have succeeded in extracting the virus and will begin cultivating it as a sample.
Oops. Wait, no, that's what I want.
Compared to the mononegavirales, there are 24 similarities found, and
Mononegavirales. Note to self, look that up in flash definition on screen. Punch myself if I do not remember.
compared to the mononegavirales,
Dad, hey, Dad! Sheesh!
Is that yeah. No, now we had the same thought.
Rose, give that back.
It's gotta be.
No, it's time for dinner!
Look at that voice.
Oh, is it? I didn't even notice. I'm sorry.
Wonder where CRS-01 is in all this.
Sheesh, you never hear me when you're working.
Just like Professor Elm.
Sheesh. No more work for you until we're done eating.
Well, you got me. I accept my defeat.
What's for dinner?
All right, let's go to the dining room. What's for dinner today?
I just asked that.
Yeah! Dinner!
So, dinner's for dinner?
Hey, don't run. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
Hey, I wanted to comment on that. Maybe I should go back and comment on that last one. Okay, I think I'm good now. I honestly don't know what to do now. Maybe I should go look around. First, let's go back to the facility. Yeah, I knew it. I knew I was done. Wait, maybe there's some bloodstains over here. These footsteps?
These stains. It's blood. There's a trail of it, too. These weren't cleaned up. Could this mean these blood stains were from when the incident occurred? Is this blood Rosalia's? Or...
I literally cannot see that. It's so hard to see on my TV. I really need to change the settings for composite video, which is all I can record in. I bet the insect problem isn't all that great. Are we done in here? Oh, sorry if I'm tired. It's been kind of a long day. Yep, I was done.
by the accumulation of dust, it doesn't look like this was shattered recently.
No, really?
This might not necessarily relate to this case, but it should be looked at, just to be sure.
Oh, okay. Now I can go back. These pixel hunts at least aren't as bad as Metroid other than. I hate pixel hunts. Especially the one where you have to go look around for a green blood stain on the ground. And the game doesn't even tell you about it. Okay, so, blood stain on the floor. Look at it.
Hey, little guy. I found a blood stain on the floor here.
A bloodstain? Isn't it just another one left by Rosalia?
Just another one?
Making assumptions is a dangerous habit. I need you to go over this in detail.
Got it. I'll have to receive the data from the helicopter's equipment and merge it with what we have here. Then I'll have to use that to come up with analysis results. Is that okay?
No problem. I'll send you the demon over my comm network and you can go run through the fusion program.
Will it take time? We're racing against the clock as it is.
Yes, but I'll try to hurry it along. There are more and more patients piling up here.
Yeesh.
All right. Contact me when the results come in.
Shattered. Does this go with the... Oh, no, you have that. Where'd the shattered glass go? Where did my shattered glass go? Yeah. Really? You can't put these two together? Oh,
Dr. Kimishima, we've finished the analysis on that bloodstain.
couldn't have told me that before I looked away.
You mean the blood stain that was on the floor? Great. What were the results? Was that Rosalia's blood after all?
Actually, about that, it didn't match her DNA.
Huh. Then whose?
That blood was Albert Sartre's.
What? It's Albert's blood?
There's no mistake. I compared it with the DNA we examined before.
Then, does that mean Albert was also injured, like Rosalia?
I don't know about that, but considering that Rosalia had been shot,
Was he also shot?
Curiouser.
Dr. Kimishima,
We don't know if that's the case yet. We can't know until we investigate this. This blood stain. It'd be best if I looked into it for more details.
Details? Okay, can we get this analyzed? Wow. Wait for a bit. If I back out and... nothing. Okay, let's go check out the flower field now. Maybe we can find them there. What is going on there?
Huh? Another bullet casing here?
I looked over there!
I didn't see it among all these flowers. This may be an important clue.
Is that the only thing I'm gonna be able to find here? Okay, I guess I'm done here. Or am I? Yeah, I guess I'm done now.
Dr. Kimishima, the analysis results are in.
Which one? I have like 2 analyses going on.
Good. Which analysis was this?
It's for the glass from the door at the entrance.
Huh, alright. Tell me what you've got.
Right. We've analyzed the broken glass. We can determine the direction the glass shattered in from the stress marks on the edges of the fracture.
Stress marks?
It refers to the marks left on the inner edges of a fracture line when the glass is
I'll be
broken.
right back. Right then, let's carry on.
The direction of impact can be found by studying the stress marks on the fractures.
Is that so? And what did you find?
Well, the glass wasn't shattered from the outside. The blow that broke it came from inside.
inside. So nobody shot into the room from outside then?
Which means the shooter was inside.
That appears to be the case. But one more thing about that glass. We weren't able to find any evidence like fingerprints or gunshot residue on it.
I see. So the glass was shattered from the inside out.
Okay.
Hey, little guy, I found another bullet casing.
It's a real battlefield there, huh? Let's take a look at it. Well, just like the other two shells you found, this one has similar markings on it. It was likely fired from the same gun as the other two.
Did you say other shells?
One bullet was shot outside, while the other two were fired indoors. Why was the gun used here? That seems like an important fact to know. Yes, it does look like those two can be put together.
I guess that makes a little more sense.
If a bullet was fired near where we found the shell casing, the question is which direction the bullet went. First, we should consider the number of times the gun was fired. Inside, the gun was fired.
I forgot you had to enter in an 8-code password. Oh, wait. No. 2 times. Oh. Yeah, that was just stupid of me.
That's right. A total of 2 shots was fired inside. But there isn't a single bullet or bullet hole in this room. Other than the cases, the only other indication of the gun being fired indoors is...
Doorglass?
Indeed. The glass at the entrance was shattered from the inside out. There is a possibility that a bullet fired from indoors broke the glass.
This is like Edward's logic, but a lot more redundant.
If so, then the person who fired the gun would have had to be...
near the desk.
That's right. If the glass had been shattered from a close-range shot, there would have been gunshot residue on the door and window. Thus, the bullet that broke the glass was fired from further inside the room, near the desk.
Okay.
A shot from indoors fired towards the outside. Is what happened here?
Little guy? Hey. Didn't think so. Why would that match? I still want to know about this cut on her foot. Okay, I guess I gotta go. Do I go check out the lab? Okay, this tells me that there's something with the health on it. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do another jump cut. It's under her palm. this analysis back yet? Anything new about that? I almost forgot that he commented on that if you try to rush his analyses. Okay, I'm stumped. I'll be back. I probably should have checked this before moving on.
Could this blood have come from the chest wound? There's something odd about it, though.
It's kind of splattered all around.
Yes. If it was hemorrhaging from the chest, it would only be coming from one area. If it's spattered around this much, it means there's another reason for this hemorrhaging.
Oh, okay, now I'm done. Okay. Let's take on chests. No. Wait, is this the last one? More defensive.
Yes. If I think about what happened at the time of the murder, these do have a common link. These fine bloodstains spatter in Rosalia's clothing. This hemorrhaging was most likely caused by
bleeding from right palm.
That's right. There was a defensive wound on Rosalia's palm. The killer turned his gun on this girl and pulled the trigger. That bullet tore through the hand she held up, ineffectually trying to ward off the blow. It then continued into her body, piercing her heart. The fine bloodstains were from the blood that came from her hand. The events of Rosalia's death are becoming clear. First, the cause of death. The wound that killed Rosalia was
The gunshot to the chest. Brain aneurysm of fear! That lost too many points. I don't want to click that.
Right. The bullet that went through her chest struck her heart, ending her life. Now, what direction did that fatal shot come from?
From the front?
Indeed. The entrance and exit wounds tell us the path of the bullet through her body. Rosalia was alive just before this shot as well. The evidence for this is
The cut on the bottom of her foot. No?
concentrate.
The defensive wound?
Yes. The wound on her palm is a defensive one, caused by her trying to protect herself from the gunshot. Her right hand also has another piece of important evidence. That is,
Gunshot residue.
indeed, the gunshot residue from the shot that killed her. Gunshot residue is left behind when
Close range.
Yes. Gunshot residue is found on targets that have been shot at close range.
Do I have a card yet? Yes, I do. Bullet trajectory is... Oh. I lost 3 cards.
We can tell that Rosalia had been shot in the chest from a short distance away.
I hate my phone charger.
What would drive someone to be so determined to kill Rosalia?
Okay, so this is a little more magical.
This casing was
Hey, I
found
found
in
an
the
answer.
blue flower field. This tells us that
Shot was fired here?
Indeed. It means that the gun was fired here, and this is the place that Rosalia was found dead. The cause of death was a close-range gunshot through the heart. Thus,
Says Rosalia was killed here. Ooh, solid evidence.
that's right. This is where Rosalia was cut down. But who?
Well, let's back out and see if little guy has anything for us.
Ah, Dr. Kimishima, the analysis on the glass shard has been completed.
Took long enough.
Huh, you mean the shard that was found near the entrance? Did you figure out whose blood that is?
Yes. At first I thought it might be Albert's, like the bloodstain on the floor. But it seems that the blood on the glass shard came from Rosalia.
Rosalia's?
Yes, the DNA matches, there's no doubt.
Rosalia left a bloodstain indoors as well. What in the world does this mean?
I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
This glass shard was found on the floor near the entrance. It came from the glass on the door after it had shattered. That piece of glass had Rosalia's blood on it. Her corpse's foot had a cut and signs of hemorrhaging on the bottom as well. This most likely means that
She stepped on broken glass. Finally, we can do something with that card.
yes, Rosalia stepped on this glass shard and cut her foot. From the amount of hemorrhaging, she must have injured it just before her death. Yes, these do give us something we can draw a conclusion from. When the glass on the door shattered, Rosalia...
She was standing inside the lab.
That's right. Rosalia cut her foot on the broken glass. This proves that she left the room after the glass broke.
No, really?
Rosalia's foot was cut right before she died. Given the fact that there aren't any more bloodstains from her inside the room, Rosalia headed outside immediately after cutting her foot on the glass. In other words, Rosalia was...
Trying to feed him dinner, but he refused and he got really mad this time. She was running away.
Yes. She most likely avoided the shot and ran from the room.
But she got shot!
The gun was obviously being pointed at...
Rosalia.
Indeed. The shooter had been aiming at Rosalia all along.
Well, if all three shots hit her, I'd assume that she was the target.
That's why she ran out of the room. In doing so, she stepped on the broken glass, injuring her foot.
Probably the least of her concerns.
That is what happened at the entrance to this room. 2 shots were fired from inside this room. If neither of them was from someone shooting further into the room, and someone inside was targeting Rosalia... Little guy. What is it?
Finally have the analysis.
Ah, Dr. Kimishima, we've located the lock.
The lock? Oh, you mean the one that goes to the key found in Albert's clothes.
Took you long enough.
Yes, it was a safety deposit box in a bank. We've already taken it and the contents.
Good. What was inside it?
A 9mm handgun. Albert Sartre's fingerprints were found on the grip as well. Could it be that the person who shot Rosalia was...
Let's confirm something before that. Was the gun loaded?
Yes, the magazine holds 7 rounds, and it's possible to keep an additional round chambered. When the gun was found, there were 5 rounds in it.
5 shots. So the maximum number of bullets that could be missing from it is...
Triss. Wow, they don't even put it in order. That just tells you something's off about this.
Indeed. And if the gun is missing 3 bullets, then...
It matches with the number of Rosalia's wounds. Or the number of shots used here. Well, got our solid evidence.
Right. That's the same number of cases that were found here.
Dr. Kimishima, if I may...
Alright, she has a wound on her foot, so I guess she has 4.
Yes, what is it?
Well, luckily the gun is in condition to fire. If you can find one of the bullets from the scene there, we can use the rifling to determine if it had been fired from this gun.
Nonsense. You expect me to find something that can fly over 250 meters a second?
Well, yes, I know it might be a long shot, but...
Looks like I don't have a choice. I'll let you know if I do find one.
Guess what we're doing?
Please do. I'll try to come up with a different plan from here.
Why not just check their casing marks or something?
Dr. Kimishima, we've received the results of the analysis.
Good. Is it about the differences between the chest and thigh wounds?
Are you some kind of psychic super spy or something? Creepy.
You'll pay for that slip of the tongue, little guy.
Well, sorry, it was a joke.
Fine, but I'll remember that. Just tell me what the report says.
Oh, yes. Regarding the comparison between the two wounds, looking at them, it appears that both wounds were made by the same caliber of gun.
Huh. But the wounds are of different sizes.
Yes, it's possible for wounds to be differently sized even from the exact same
It
gun.
all has to do with the distance that the gun was shot at. Something you learn if you played Phoenix right.
How can that happen? The reason I can think of is... I see. The bullets were shot from different distances, weren't they?
Way to go, Dr. Kimishima.
Sucking up to me won't spare you from my wrath.
Oh,
Keep telling me about the report.
right. Comparing the wounds in the chest and thigh, the shot that struck her thigh was from a greater distance.
Really?
If the chest wound was made from close range, the other shot would have been fired from about 8 meters away.
It seems that there's a big difference in the way she received both of these wounds, then.
So... Seriously, we still have an analysis left?
Yes. It looks like these can be used together. Rosalia had a laceration on her left foot, and a gunshot. She was in no condition to walk. Her foot had been injured by stepping on the broken glass at the entrance to the lab. And when she was shot in the leg...
She was standing... I assume she was at the field of flowers.
That's right. Rosalia collapsed when she was hit in the leg. There's only one place in this lab a shooter could have been standing to shoot Rosalia in the field. That is...
Door. Come on.
Yes. It's from the entrance to the lab. The bullet that hit Rosalia's thigh went completely through. It'll be difficult to find that bullet.
So, now we gotta go look for the bullet.
The bullet that ended Rosalia's life. Looking around randomly for it won't get me anywhere. The number of bullets that were fired at this scene is...
3. Hey, look, it's Nora this time.
Right. One shot in the flower field, one was by the desk, and another at the entrance. That's a total of 3 shots fired. Of these 3, which one was fired last?
Flower field.
That's right. The bullet shot in the field is the one that killed Rosalia. If it was before then, she couldn't have stepped on the glass, and there would be no need to shoot her leg. Then, what condition was Rosalia in when she was killed?
She was collapsed on the ground.
Indeed. She was on the ground. Wait, Rosalia was lying on the ground. She was shot. She couldn't have been standing with those injuries to her foot and leg. So the shooter must have been standing above her, shooting down. That's right. The bullet that went through her chest must be
in the ground, which is where I was checking earlier. But the game wouldn't let me go find it because I wasn't supposed to look for it yet.
Here it is. This is the bullet that killed Rosalia.
It's very conspicuous CG there.
The bullet's in good condition. We'll be able to check the rifling on it.
And this, we should be coming up to a wrap soon. still need that blood stain analyzed. What were we analyzing for again? Okay.
Hey, little guy. I found what you wanted.
You managed to find a bullet? I don't believe it.
You don't? Oh, I'll just throw this thing away then.
No. Come on, Dr. Kimishima, I need that. Seriously. She knew what I meant.
Did you say something?
No, I'll start analyzing it right away.
Did you check the rifling?
It's a perfect match.
So that means...
Yes, there's no doubt at all that that bullet was fired from Albert's gun.
Okay.
What in the world caused all this to happen, though?
So, do we put these together now?
Ah, yes. We can use these to find a deeper truth. Dr. Sartre left a gun in a safety deposit box. Its rifling perfectly matches the bullet that killed Rosalia. What this shows is...
that Albert can kill Rosalia. So now we have solid evidence.
Yes. Albert Sartre killed Rosalia. Rosalia and Albert lived together like a true family. What happened between them?
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, about the recorder.
What is it?
We were able to reconstruct one of the sound files.
Good. Can you tell when the recording was made?
Well, it seems to have been recorded after the one I gave you before, but...
What's wrong? Did something happen?
It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Oh, sorry.
Please tell me you're talking about the book and not the game.
Anyway, please try listening to the new recording. I've sent it over to you in the file Record 02.
All right, I'll make sure I hear it.
Wait, what?
It's over. It's all over. I thought I'd found God's child. But it was a misunderstanding.
Jesus died a long time ago.
It wasn't God. The devil. It's the devil.
Last I checked, Lucifer never had any children.
It was beyond human control after all.
Poor guy.
Everything. It was all over on that day. That day 6 years ago.
Compliment incident?
Must be stopped. I must stop it. Oh God, please forgive my foolishness. I
Dr. Kimishima, the results of the analysis are in.
Talk long enough.
Good. Which results are we talking about here?
Oh, right. The one on Albert's bloodstain. Let's see. Traces of saliva were detected in the components of the bloodstain.
Must be from the mouth.
Saliva. That means...
It was vomited.
That's right. It means that the blood was from blood Albert had vomited.
Yes, that appears to be the case. Can you figure something out from that?
Well, Albert was infected with viral hemorrhagic fever. This disease causes severe attacks that trigger vomiting of blood.
Severe attacks? If that's the case, then he may have been like the other victims we've seen.
Yes. Just like Veronica Cage and Alma Parker, there's a possibility that the disease undermined his sanity and drove him mad.
Well, in any case, we're finally starting to see the big picture behind what happened here.
Not yet. The most important truth hasn't been uncovered.
Do you mean the cause of the recent outbreak of this disease?
Yes. Albert died of viral hemorrhagic fever 2 years ago. Rosalia, the host to the virus, was killed even before that. So why would the virus begin spreading now? And how can we stop it? We don't have any answers for these important questions yet.
Sheesh. Looks like it's all over then. Well, I really don't have much to regret.
No. I can still do this. I'm not going to give up.
You're so fatalist, little guy.
I thought you'd say that. I prepared another voice file.
Huh? You...
That was fast.
Oh, come on. Did you really think I meant that? Even I have something to live for, you know?
Ooh, I wonder what.
Hmm?
Anyway, I've transferred the restored recording to you. The file name is Record 03. Give it a listen.
All right. Do you know when this was recorded?
Yes, I've listened to it, and it seems to be from before Albert lost his mind. The recorder doesn't have any more files for me to send you.
That was it?
All right. I'll try listening to it.
Must not have been a very effective notekeeper. That Dr. Sart.
Rosalia was found dead in that field of blue flowers. I think I might finally be able to understand why now.
Let's check it out.
The results of the experiments from the other day are in. It's a disaster. That virus. It's the most vicious and dangerous thing I have ever seen. No matter what attempts I make, nothing can stop their activities.
At least it was an airborne.
They multiply and devour and destroy everything. How can she still be alive while that monster lives within her?
I know they've kind of addressed this already, but why would those viruses just kill off their host? Don't they want to live too?
I feel that her blood holds the secret to that. Her blood is the only key to saving all of humanity. I cannot give up. There's nothing more I can do to stall it.
I just realized something. In the backstory to Under the Knife 1 or Second Opinion, didn't they actually say that all the major diseases have been passed from this world? If that's the case, why are we researching stuff like this? Wait a minute. I believe this actually takes place like 3 years after. No. It's not. I don't even know. Might have actually I guess Trauma's Under the Knife 1's story happens after the Cumberland incident.
I cannot give up. There's nothing more I can do to stall it.
We have to look it up later.
One day, this virus will be brought to heel, and I will return to that place.
Professor Sartre said that Rosalia's blood was the only key. This key that Rosalia had that allowed her to live with the virus was...
Her white blood cells?
I can't mess around anymore. It's time to get serious. It was a glycoprotein called immunoglobulin. In other words, it was an antibody. The Rosalia virus is immensely powerful. The professor tried to extract the antibody in order to suppress and control its activity. That was a Pandora's box that should never have been opened.
This is where Pandora's box is supposed to be open anyways.
Rosalia's blood was too much of a danger to look into.
Well... what can I do then?
Little guy, I need your help.
Oh, that's rare coming from you. What can I do?
I need to get to the bottom of these blue flowers.
Didn't we analyze those already?
What we know now may throw a new light on what we've looked at before.
All right, let's sort through our information again then.
Yes. Rosalia was found collapsed in the middle of these blue flowers.
That's right. We had a number of ideas about why that happened.
She was shot there.
We thought that the killer might have moved the body before hypostasis set in. Another possibility was that Rosalia ran to the blue flowers herself.
Yes. Does any of that change with the information we've gained?
Indeed. One of those possibilities has already been ruled out.
Huh? Which one?
Don't you see? It's...
one she
I
wished.
can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes, it's impossible for the body to have been moved after death. The reason for that is... I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Right. The bullet found in the ground beneath Rosalia proves she was killed right there.
Hey, wait.
What's that?
Never mind. It's still possible she was killed elsewhere, right?
Doubt it.
She could have been killed somewhere else, then dragged here and shot in the chest to cover it up.
Oh, that's true.
That's not possible. She was alive before she was shot in the chest. The proof of that is, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously.
Cut sword foot?
I can't mess around anymore. It's time to get serious.
I better not screw this up.
I cannot make any more mistakes. Rosalia held up her hand to try to protect herself from the gunshot. This pattern of wounds could only happen if the victim was conscious at the time.
You're right. The student fails to defeat the master.
What do you keep muttering to yourself?
Nothing. Anyway, if that's the case, then that means that Rosalia ran to the blue flowers of her own free will. I wonder why.
I still don't have an answer for that. Yet. It might be a good idea to examine those flowers in detail once more.
Okay, good. No more questions. I need to save. I don't want to have to redo the whole episode again. Or at least go back up to the part where I screwed up royally. Okay.
These blue flowers. I can't believe such a vibrant color exists in nature.
Looks really unnatural.
I should send a picture of this to Little Guy and have him study it. There could be a reason for why Rosalia had collapsed here.
Okay. Hey, little guy. That red is menacing. It's even more menacing than the Devil Sprout's logo.
Little Guy, I've collected some samples of the flowers.
Huh? Why?
I want to know why Rosalia collapsed there. There's no guarantee that it will help us, but there's a chance we might learn something useful.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
Good. Thanks for the help.
Yeah. What the?
What's the matter?
Oh, well, this flowers. It's Asclepius.
What are you talking about? The red flowers are the Asclepias. I want you to tell me about the blue flowers.
That's what I'm saying. These are Asclepius.
What are you saying?
They're blue Asclepius.
Asclepias doesn't have blue flowers.
Yes, there are no known breeds of blue Asclepius. But from the shape and the structure, this is an Asclepius blossom. This flower shouldn't exist.
But it does.
What in the world is it then? Let's try sorting out the information we have.
That is one of the most random fusions I've probably gone through this game.
The blue flowers in the center of the field are Asclepias, just like the flowers surrounding them. Then why are the blue flowers only around Rosalia? The reason for this is most likely... Calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
They become discolored.
That's right. Those flowers must have become discolored for some reason. A probable cause of that is... Calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi. Indeed, Rosalia was shot through the heart. Rosalia would have lost a large amount of blood from that wound. That blood then seeped into the ground around her. This miraculous blood, containing both the divine and the demonic. The flowers around her body absorbed Rosalia's blood from the soil, That, in turn, caused the flowers to take on this unnatural blue hue. I don't want to believe it, but that's the conclusion that I have to arrive at.
Well, here we go.
Yes. These allow us to finally figure everything out. It's no coincidence that Rosalia's body was surrounded by these blue flowers. They were normal red flowers until she died. When she died, her blood soaked into the ground. The Asclepias flowers absorbed her blood and changed color. Most likely what caused the color change in the flowers was calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
Her blood. What else could it be? We're done.
That's right. The demon within Rosalia's veins lived on after her death, finding another viable host in the blue Asclepias flowers.
I can't believe it. How could such a thing?
It may be unbelievable, but it is the truth. The corpse itself is a testament to that.
Huh? The corpse?
Yes. Remember, Rosalia's corpse had turned completely into adipocere. Adipocere normally occurs when the bacteria that break down bodies do not multiply for some reason. This normally occurs when the corpse is stored in anaerobic conditions for long periods of time. But this is hardly an anaerobic location. The reason her body became adipocere was not due to environmental or weather conditions. It was because the virus within her continued to protect her body.
But even if the blue Asclepias are harboring the Rosalia virus, how does that connect to the pandemic going on right now in America? It's impossible.
Not really.
You're right. The Rosalia virus is only passed on via contact with the mucous membranes. Even if this entire field was filled with flowers holding the Rosalia virus, it wouldn't be able to cause the outbreak in Portland, over 3,000 kilometers away.
Then how?
There was a vector.
A vector?
Yes, some method of transmission that carried the virus from these flowers. This is how the virus spread to cause the infections in cities hundreds of miles away from here.
Huh? What?
Can't you tell? It's calm down and ascertain the truth, Naomi.
Monarch butterflies. I gotta say, this song is really grating on the ears after so much time listening to it.
That's right. The butterflies that led us here carried the virus. The monarchs are the vector for the Rosalia
Which
virus.
means the monarchs have an even shorter lifespan now because of that.
This is how the Rosalia virus has spread.
Okay. Let's finish this up.
Dr. Kimishima, can I bother you for a moment?
That was a random meeting I just heard.
Yes, what is it?
You might not need this anymore, but I reconstructed another voice file.
Another one? I thought you'd said that you'd repaired them all.
Yes, this file was actually marked as having been deleted. It still existed in the memory though, so I was able to reconstruct it.
So it doesn't even delete. That's great.
I see. When is that recording from?
From looking at the date, it's right before Albert lost his sanity.
All right. Still, it's unusual for you to go and do something unnecessary like this.
Yeah, well, not sure how to put this. I felt this was something that I needed to pass on to you.
Okay, I'll try listening to it.
Please do. It'll be file Record 04.
Why can't it be Record 07? I'm not even gonna comment on these things, I'm just gonna listen through.
I'm Rosalia. I live here with my daddy. My daddy is really nice and says a lot of nice things. Daddy's a great doctor. He says he's going to save everyone from diseases. He says I've got a poison and a cure in my body. And that the poison's really scary, but the cure is really amazing. That's why he's researching how to get that medicine out of me. If that medicine is made, I wonder if it'll heal everyone. And then I can make lots of friends and play with them. Daddy's really bothered right now because the research is difficult. But I think I'll be okay if I can stay here like this. I can't see my brother or my big sis, but Daddy's always here for me. He's always laughing. It's really funny. I think Daddy will be happy if he can get the medicine out of me. The exams hurt, but if Daddy's happy, I'll be okay. So I hope that Daddy's research comes true soon, and then everyone can be healed.
What a sweet girl.
A father who wanted to end all disease, and a daughter who wanted nothing but his success. This is far too sad a conclusion to their stories. And yet, now I can see the truth behind everything that happened here. This. I see. I understand now. Let's put together the truth of what happened here. We came here to find an antiserum in Rosalia's blood. But what we found was that Rosalia had already been killed. I have in my hands the card stating what killed her. Yes, the bullet's rifling matches that of Albert's gun. There's no doubt that Albert Sartre was her killer. 3 shots were fired. This card shows how it began. Correct. Albert pulled the gun from his desk and fired. He was aiming at his loving daughter, who stood at the door. However, he missed, and the bullet went through the glass. Whether this is due to hesitation or his condition is unknown. Rosalia fled the room, trying to escape. The blood on the glass shard is from her stepping on it. She ran in desperation, but this prevented her escape. That's right. Albert stood in the doorway and shot her. The bullet pierced Rosalia's leg and she collapsed. Albert caught up with the frightened girl as she lay there. And then... yes, he ended her life. But Albert didn't kill Rosalia because he wanted to. He truly loved Rosalia as he would his own daughter. But he had no choice but to kill her. This card shows the reason why. Albert had been infected with the Rosalia virus. However, this virus does more than infect the body. It eats away at the heart and soul, as in my other cases. Because Albert knew of the virus's threat all too well, in order to exterminate it, he killed his own child. And yet, ironically, he may have caused the exact opposite. The blood spilling from the gunshot wound in her chest provided the Rosalia virus with a new host. This is the true cause of the spreading infection. Yes, the blue Asclepias flowers around her body drew in Rosalia's blood and became a new host for death. And so, the mass infection began. A certain organism served as a vector for the virus. Monarch larvae store toxins of the plants that they ingest. The monarchs carrying the Rosalia virus migrated north, and as they went, they showered death in golden scales. This is the truth behind how the virus spread. Rosalia never. Neither did Albert. No one intended for it to end this way. One sought an end to all disease, and the other his success. But that was the beginning. The evil sealed in Rosalia gained wings and flew. That's what Rosalia's last word meant.
Beginning.
This is the whole truth, illuminated by the light of life. You must have suffered too. Let's end this.
Naomi, come quick! We got the equipment working!
All right, I'll be right.
Hey, Naomi? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Let's go.
It's not nothing. Let me take a... You...
As I said before, we don't have much time. We still have a job to do, and we must accomplish it.
Hey, wait! Hey!
How's it coming, Agent? Did you find anything?
We've got the power back on, as you can see. The rest's a pile of records, chemicals, and equipment. You?
It's all been solved. Albert Sartre killed Rosalia.
How sad. His effort to save the world is close to killing it.
Yes. He must have realized the virus couldn't be used. That is what caused this tragedy to strike.
So, did you find a countermeasure to the virus?
Yes. The virus's vector is the monarchs. The scales they lose during migration are spreading it.
Don't tell me. The quarantine failed because...
The monarch migration pattern extends from Mexico to Lake Erie. Even if the virus isn't airborne, it will still spread.
Damn it! What should we do then?
Naomi, I gathered as much as I could.
Flowers? What are you planning on doing?
I'll use antibody stabilizers to extract an antiserum.
You can do that?
Yes. Thankfully, this facility has the necessary equipment. I'll make the serum contain tripeptides in N-terminal order.
All right. Just tell me what to do to help you.
Of course. Let's get this over with as fast as we can.
Well, we have our cure now. Now all that remains is to put it in practice. And I really gotta say, that was just really badly worded, the part where you gotta pick the flowers. Where's the true cause of the infection? Come on, who wouldn't think the butterflies are the ones spreading the infection? Especially because they are spreading it! Should've been like, what became the new host for the virus? Well, I guess it was that, but it said the true cause of the infection, and the flowers aren't exactly spreading them. You know, since they're grounded in Mexico. Tune in next time, and we're gonna what's the word? Apply the cure to a patient and see if it works. In Dr. Tachibana's final mission, despair. Oh, that's foreboding. Till then, though, bye!